Let's go to Rush Limbaugh. Guy likes to cause controversy. He's at it again. Okay, mission accomplished. You're going to get more people to pay attention to you, but I'm not sure it's the best way to go. This eventually could start to wear thin, even for his crowd. And he might lose, I know you're going to laugh along with me, he might lose some credibility eventually. Does he have any? I don't know. But he has now compared Democrats to murderers and rapists. Now, I'm going to let you listen to it for yourself, and you judge whether it's that bad or not. We'll have a discussion about it, too. A little bit of TYT Supreme Court on this one. Let's watch.
Answer your question, why do so many liberal Democrats want to basically tear apart and rebuild the country? It's because they don't control enough of it to satisfy them. They want to...
They live here, too. I don't understand. They're not...
But... they are going to establish separate rules for themselves by which they live, such as they'll be able to not pay their taxes and work in government at high levels. They're not going to be subject to whatever greenhouse gas laws there are. They're not going to be subject to any of this sort of... They have... Because they're too important, you see. And they all think they're part of the elite. Some of them are going to get canned. Some of them are going to get the shaft here. They just don't know it. But today, forget Democrat. These people are liberal socialists now. They bear no resemblance to the Democrat Party of John Kennedy, for example.
No, you're right. I agree.
Really?
It's about power. It's about control. These people genuinely look out over this country from their lofty perch. They don't like what they see. Otherwise,
well, then they can go somewhere else. I don't understand. Why do they have to stay here? Leave us alone.
At this point, Gretchen, I don't care about the why. They're not going to leave. They're trying to control it. At this point, the only thing is they must be stopped.
I agree.
Within the confines of our Constitution and the political arena of ideas, they must be stopped. I don't care why they see this country the way they see it. I don't care why a murderer does it. I don't care why a rapist does it. I don't care why this Muslim guy offed his wife's head. The now gang's out there saying, "No, that's not domestic violence. That's just what they call it? Culturally honor killing." And this woman was going to divorce him. That's against the law, and that says his diversity. I don't care. I don't care why anymore. I mean, if I figure it out, I'll be glad to tell you because it's interesting to know, but it doesn't matter in terms of defeating them.
All right. So the Democrats... Now, he didn't say Democrats are murderers and rapists, right? He said, I don't care why a murderer does it. I don't care why a rapist does it. I don't care why a Democrat does it. Now, those are curious examples to use. Now, he's talking about things that are bad. Democrats are bad and they're doing things that are harmful to the country and so he's got to give examples that are also bad. Why murderers, rapists, etc., right? So you might disagree with me on this one, but I'm less bothered by that than I am by this whole overall idea of they have to be stopped no matter what. I mean, when I hear that, I hear by any means necessary. And I'm not the only one that hears that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of nut jobs in this world. Do you remember the guy that went and shot up the church in Tennessee? I got his letter here. So one of our listeners sent it to us. Jim David Atkinson. He went in and wrote a suicide note saying, "Oh, these liberals are ruining the country, and I'm out of a job, and I'm hopeless anyway." And he has books by all these conservative hosts and propagandists. And he says, they told me the liberals did it, and it's their fault. It's their fault that I'm in such a bad shape. It's their fault this country's in such a bad shape. So what's my answer? I'm going to try to do my part for the country before I leave this earth. I'm going to go and shoot up this liberal church. By the way, the problem is the moral decay that the liberals are bringing to the country, and that's why the correct answer is to go and shoot unarmed elderly people and young, etc., in a church. I mean, you see how twisted people get? And so that strain that I heard inside of Limbaugh's comments there actually bothers me more. And it's always us versus them. I just did a segment where I talked about how the financial mess was caused by some of Clinton's decisions and some of Bush's decisions. For them, no, it's a black and white world. So always the answer is always no. they're wrong and they should leave the country. And this is our country. You see that sense of entitlement that they have? Like, why are the liberals even here? Why are the Democrats here? This is our country. Who are these people? And I think Limbaugh's audience annoys me more than Limbaugh himself. At least I get Limbaugh's motivation. He likes his jet. He likes his mission. He knows how to manipulate these people and get what he wants. He wants to get the money, etc., right? The followers are like, golly gee, every one of them. How many Limbaugh clips have we done? And every one of them is to say, golly gee, Rush, you're so right. Well, what do we do about it, Rush? Tell us, please. Oh, who do we hate? Yeah, let's hate the liberals. Let's hate the Democrats. Yeah, who else should we hate, Rush? Why don't they leave? What else should we do? By any means necessary. Okay. And then you're going to leave it in the hands of those people to make the decision on what that means, that we have to stop them no matter what. And look, the other part that bothers me, finally, is that they present this fantasy version of the world where the Democrats are like, we're going to grab power, and then the bigger we grow government, the more powerful we will be. No, look, everybody makes rational decisions based on self-interest. So if a politician wants to protect his seat, he gets campaign contributions, as we explained earlier in the show, and he does X, Y, and Z. But there isn't a grand plot by Obama and Nancy Pelosi and Harry to sit in a room and go, hey, you know what? If we grow government, we will be more powerful. Obama's already the commander-in-chief, the most powerful man on earth. How much more power does he need? And it's not like any of these decisions are going to affect his ability to earn an income once he leaves the Oval Office. Those conspiracy theories and the way that Rush creates these fantasy world for his listeners, it's really pathetic. It really is, because it gets them believing in things that aren't even remotely true.